Steph, who's the best mid-range shooter on the team?
It's a good question. Probably Otto.
Do free throws count as mid-range jumpers?
And then it's definitely not me right now.
You've talked about like the movement and the passing and that Warriors basketball. Would it be fair to say that the movement made y'all?
Hey, David's gonna be hype about that one. That's phenomenal. Yeah, the movement made us tonight. So shout out to David Dennis on the assist right there. That was nice. That was nice.
You Clay and Draymond have all made note that you haven't played in games with these kinds of stakes for about 3 years now. As you get closer, we're in the conference finals now. Is the energy familiar? Is it familiar but different this time around? Is it entirely different?
We're super comfortable on this stage. I think it's more so just the understanding that because we've been away for 2 years and this is a different team, there's a sense of urgency of how important. It's even hard to say that because every time you go through this, it's important. But there's more gratitude of being back here, and there's more of a sense of urgency on not letting an opportunity kind of slip away. So who knows how it plays out, but I'm enjoying every bit of this. I know Clay is as well, Draymond is, because we haven't played meaningful games and at this time of year, in 2 years, so it's special. And that level of comfort when we're out there, it's shown itself, these last 2 series, and hopefully it'll continue to be a key for us to kind of fall back on that experience of what it means what it takes to win, tough playoff games.
You guys strayed away from Looney for a while, tried a bunch of different starting lineups. It has now gotten back to Looney the last couple games. Do you feel like you've rediscovered a little bit kind of who you were during the regular season? He started 80 of the 82 games, and you guys kind of were a defense first unit.
Yeah, the regular season's interesting because, like you said, we started off so well, and when Clay came back, things got shuffled around. I got hurt towards the end of the year, after Draymond was out for however long he was. He just had a lot of experimenting with starting lineups, and the last 12 games we were trying to find an offensive kind of jump start, and that was a tough decision to pull him out of the starting lineup for that 1 or 2 games, and then he got back in there. So it was necessary, I think, with where we were as a team and the revolving door of who was available. But it's also part of who we are in terms of things can change really quickly in terms of who's supposed to start, what matchups work in our favor, the ability to adapt from game to game like we did in game 6 in the last series. And it all falls back to the chemistry of, even you talk about spacing issues with Loon and Draymond and all that, we still find a way to kind of overcome that. So there's a lot of confidence in what Loon brings, and he's been playing. You got to give him credit. Obviously, he's been playing amazing and making his opportunity worth it.
Steph, since you're reflecting a little bit, do you remember what you thought when Clay said it's championship or bust? That's in November. You guys are 15-2 at the time.
He said that this year. I missed it.
November. November, a couple months before he came back, and you guys were 15-2 at that stage. So,
it's funny because him being away, I'm sure I expected him to say something like that, just in anticipation of him coming back. But like I said, it's an exciting time to be back on the stage. We're not skipping ahead any part of this journey. We understand that we just won 1 game in the Western Conference Finals, and we got a lot of work left ahead of us to get back to the final. So we'd love to make him a profit this year.
you mentioned your free throws and missing the two at the beginning. When you miss two shots in a set like that, how does that change your mental or mindset? Not in a discouraging way, but do you ever kind of say, I want to avenge those missed free throws?
Always. It's funny tonight I got the tip back and I hit a mid range. It was nice. Got the 2 points back, but I shook this one off. You always just talk to yourself, no matter if you're missing shots or free throws or whatever it is. You just talk positive to yourself about what's coming next. I think I blamed it on the 4-day break tonight in my head, and then try to just shake it off. Whatever you can to motivate yourself. I don't ever lose confidence. It's just that self-talk that helps.
Right, great. Let's just go to one on Zoom. Alexander, go ahead.
Thank you. Steph, congratulations on the great victory. I can ask you for the next game, how to avoid getting surprised by Dallas. Same two teams, but what do you expect to happen the next game? And another question on 4 for TV, Radio TV of Serbia, about Dejan Milojevic, a new assistant coach this season. Have had a chance to work with him, and what are your thoughts about him joining the team?
He's been a huge help to us. Obviously, he's been working with Wise most of the year and trying to mold him into the player that he wants to be. He gives us a lot of good sets that he draws up, gives the coach from time to time. And he's just a hooper. I saw some clips of him playing overseas. He knows how to play. And he has just a good eye for the game. So he'll give you some gems during timeouts and stuff to kind of look out for. So it's been great to get to know him and his basketball mind. It's been awesome. And we're used to playoff adjustments and game, being prepared and not kind of getting too complacent from game to game because we know we haven't done anything yet. So, you enjoy and celebrate the win. You understand where we could get better tonight, and then you expect them to play better. So we have to elevate our competitiveness and focus to maintain control of the series.